What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We take a look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button? I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. So in today's video, I want to take a look at what is going on inside of Zilliqa. This is a coin request from one of the community members. Left a comment down in the comment section below asking about Zilliqa, so let's just dive right in. Take a look at Zilliqa. Where is Zilliqa? There it is. All right, Zilliqa. Starting out on the daily, identifying the trend. What is the trend? The trend is up. Easy peasy. Always start out on the daily, identify the trend. Trend is up. We have not broken the trend to the upside. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. I will drop down to the 4-hour chart. And the 4-hour is where I try to identify the trading range and any of the patterns that may be applicable. Okay, so the structure inside of Zilliqa actually doesn't look fantastic, if I'm being honest. Let me see if I can try and build a bullish case for Zilliqa here. Let's go to spot. I think I'm on the futures. Pretty much primarily what I trade is futures. More bang for your buck, more liquidity when you're in futures. Liquidity on my wallet end, not on the contract end. Okay. All right, so we had this looks, yeah, I can build a bullish case around this. Okay, so we had a huge rally, and if you are in Zilliqa for any of this area right here, you have been getting chopped up. Every time you think it's going for a run, it stops. You've been in a, so if you got in Zilliqa at anywhere from 1 to 3 pennies, you've been getting chopped up pretty good. So my apologies to anybody who's been holding through that chop. Hopefully you got down somewhere in here, so at least you were in profit through all of that chop. But anyways, we have this uptrend and a change of character. So let's identify the trading range at the change of character here. Grabbing the parallel channel tool, going to the tip where the price change direction, change of character, change of behavior, whatever you want to call it. We're going to drag that across to this area here where it looks like we had a sign of strength and a backup. I kind of like that right there, going down to the automatic reaction, trying to fit the price action. All right, so let's take a look at what is going on here. So we have our buyer's climax right here, okay? Buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test right here. That signifies phase A. So phase A is complete. Now we are in phase B, okay? Analyzing phase B, we were in the oversold territory for quite a while. This could be interpreted as a sign of weakness, but whether you're in oversold or whether you're in overbought this early in phase B, it's more or less neutral. You need to see what's going on later on in the trading range to truly discern whether it's a sign of weakness or strength. So we did struggle to get inside of the range. We finally got into the range with a nice rally, beautiful rally, sign of strength into a distribution. So the distribution, you know, just in the range. Nothing terrible. Let me just move this chart over a little bit. Don't need that. Trash. Okay. So we got this distribution area here, bringing us back down to the bottom of the range. We got another upthrust action. The upthrust failed. That is a sign of weakness, okay? When you get that upthrust and a huge sell-off, that is a sign of weakness. Came on volume. There's sellers present. Supply is in this asset. There are people willing to dump it. So after it got their rally, this was kind of a relief rally, and when the rallies looked like it wasn't going to commit anymore from this grind down, the first available upthrust, people dumped. So not a great sign. That is definitely a sign of weakness inside of ZIL. We did kind of bounce around here, get a correction back in, or a recovery back in, I guess I should say. Tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. We really needed to convince the buyers that this sign of weakness is negated. So that's why it took so many tests along the bottom of the range to gain that confidence. And then when we did get a move up. That move up broke the range. It broke the range for the very first time in phase B. And what was the reaction? Huge sign of strength. Huge sign of strength. So really over exuberant, really excited. People just went ham on Zilliqa. And that was met with a huge sell-off. So given the severity of this sell-off, is that a sign of weakness? Sure, we're still on top of the range, but that was significant. Let's just kind of zoom into the backup here. So we're now analyzing what's going on inside of the backup phase. Let me just clean this chart up real quick. Get rid of some of these drawings. Okay, grab my pencil again. And this backup held, okay? Forget the severity here. This was a sign of strength. We broke out of the range and we got a sign of strength. This is good. And then the backup held. Severe as it was, the backup held. And from that point forward, we are kind of moving up, but look at the structure. Look at how it's really not wanting to commit. We're making this M formation. We don't like these M's, and this area right here does look like an LPSY. So let's just back it up here. Back it up, and let's draw on a range and see what we can see. We rallied, change of character. I'm going to put the range right here. Bring that down to the automatic reaction. And now we've got another trading range. So we're kind of trying to work this back up out. We got our buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, phase A. We got an up thrust. Up thrust came back in. It didn't break through the bottom of the range, so it's not a sign of weakness. Okay, so that's good. Then we got another up thrust. Now this up thrust also failed. Didn't break through the bottom of the range, not necessarily a sign of weakness, and now we're testing on top of the range. So the price action looks really bearish, but there's no sell signal. Okay, what we're looking for in terms of a sell signal is a sign of weakness. We need a sign of weakness, and then it's going to come up for recovery, maybe to the bottom, maybe to the mean, and it's going to fail as an LPSY, last point of supply. Okay, the LPSY is your shorting opportunity. It may not be a great short because we are working this backup phase out. So we had our sign of strength, and we're just trying to, that's way too messy. Let's clean this up a little bit. We're just trying to work out our backup. Okay, we need to prove that we are going to hold support on top of the previous trading range. And when we can prove to the market that this range will hold, then we can start to talk about markup. The structure looks shitty. I'm not going to lie to you. The structure does not look good. So don't be surprised if we come down for a test down here. I don't think it's ready. I think that we're going to see further downside inside of Zilliqa before we can make that commitment to the upside. You got to take these things one level at a time. So if it's looking bearish, don't load in. Maybe if you are in a hodl position, you might want to consider hedging or covering your position. It's not looking good. That's the way the price structure looks to me. I think it looks bearish in nature, and you're going to have to prove me wrong, and you're going to prove me wrong with some markup. So anyways, that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and leave any projects down in the comment section below so that I can go ahead and take a look at them. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there.